Welcome back to part 2. So I continue showing you the items that you're going to get with the Mythic Tier and doing a comparison. So here, of course, you already know that the screen is pretty much the same, North American version at least. And so are the tiles. The tiles are going to be the North American version, meaning they're double-sided. You got the skulls to track the number of hits monsters receive. Looks like they gave you 3 extra tiles as well, 3 extra pits. And then there's that Zargon hero tile that I'm not sure you're actually going to use. The staircase has a print on the back as well. So do the double-sided blocks. And here are all the cards you're going to receive. So on the left side are the original, middle is new, right side being the overseas cards. So you do get equipment cards, hero cards, and turn cards as well. Turn cards just really give you information on movement and actions, which you had on the back of the hero cards previously, at least in North America. And then as far as the hero cards themselves, they have the description and the stats, just like you would have seen previously on the other cardboard punch-outs, I guess they were. Here are your men-at-arms. We won't probably see those until the release of the Frozen Horror. I can receive these with the overseas version I have. And then here the equipment cards replace your armory. So the costs were the same for North America. Overseas, get ready for a price increase. So here are the 4 extra items that they added for North Americans. Here are the 4 extra items they added for overseas. And in overseas, your cloak of protection really is going to become more of an artifact. You lose the spear, your braces are there, but they cost more and anyone can use them, not just a wizard. We all know about the changes they made to the starting lineup for the Forces of Evil. Overseas, you got to get used to monsters having multiple body points, but for North Americans, they're pretty much all the same. So the Dread Warrior will get an extra movement, extra attack die than he had overseas. Overseas Gargoyle is going to gain an extra defense dice. And those were really just the only changes. They were always like that with North America and overseas. Here are the extra cards overseas can expect for Treasure. The extra has a Wandering Monster, Jewel, and a Potion of Defense. And then here your healing potion changes. Instead of going up to 4, you do have to roll a movement dice to see how many hit points it does heal. Your goal is going to be 15 or 25, not the random cards that you used to have. And gems are only worth 35. The Treasure Hoard's gone. Potion of Speed and Holy Water are now equipment cards. Potion of Resilience is really the Potion of Defense. And nothing, well, I can't say anything about nothing because nothing's there anymore. Now, as far as artifact cards, North Americans can expect these 4 new artifact cards. Overseas, your Wand of Recall is now the Wand of Magic. And you also can get the Ring of Return, Elixir of Life, Wizard's Cloak, which is really Cloak of Protection, Spell Ring, and the Wizard's Staff. Added to your artifact cards. The spell cards, the Fire, it's pretty much the same, except that in North America, we always rolled a movement die instead of a combat die, although the odds were pretty much the same. And then as far as Rock Skin goes, it's only 1 combat die, not 2 combat die extra. You are going to receive the Dread spells, which is the same as the Chaos spells, so you're getting 12 of those. The quests are going to lay out which spells are being used with that quest. Character pads are the North American version, slightly larger. But if you really want a large one, get the Adventure Design Kit. And as far as the rules go, they pretty much line up with the North America. Overseas, there's still some slight differences, as there always has been. For instance, the traps, you don't lay those out until they're actually sprung. I believe overseas you will lay them out and then the characters can disarm them. And then with the falling block trap, they work slightly different as far as their outline in the quest books. And then overseas I have bought the advanced quest pack, so I had the Dark Company and then the extra Men-at-Arms as well. But for this relaunch I did buy the Mythic Tier, so I got all the extra stuff that came with the Mythic Tier version. So they included extra miniatures, extra combat dice, and then of course extra heroes. Extra heroes give their own cards, just variants of the originals. And you also get Mentor, the Druid, the Warlock, and the Bard, each with their own spells, except for the Wizard. Mentor is just a Wizard alternative. Here's your Warlock spells. The Druid also has her own spells. And then, of course, the bard character has his own spells. And these spell cards are also got their own artwork to them as well. You're going to get 3 additional equipment cards, even though the dagger is a repeat, and then 2 additional artifact cards for use within the quest. Speaking of quests, you do get some additional tiles, although they're double-sided. Really just the room is what changes when you flip them over. And then you get the additional quest books themselves, 14 additional quests in Spirit's Queen, Prophecy of Teller, and then 10 in Crypt of Darkness. And then your Keller's Keep is pretty much the same tiles, single-sided, same thickness though, so you don't get those thin ones. And then this little statue guy is an extra one that they added. Your potions are now equipment cards, which is nice. And your relic cards are actually the same size as all the other cards this time around. The Witch Lord is, again, pretty much the same as the original release, but you're getting this extra pile of bones. And then you get the artifact and equipment cards again. So that's pretty much what they've done. They kept it pretty much similar to what we are used to, with just some slight changes. And if you did buy this overseas and you want to use the overseas rules rather than the North American rules, I don't think it would be too hard to do. Just keep in mind that some of the cards you're receiving are different from the original cards. At least they're different from the advanced quest pack cards that I received with my box. I hope you enjoy this, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.